Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of WFTCAST. Today we will be recapping the game against the Chargers on Sunday and looking ahead at the game against the Giants on Thursday Night Football. Starting with the game against the Chargers, well, it did not go so great. It's the very first game of the season, but unfortunately it was a loss, 20-16 defeat, but we can definitely learn a lot from this game. First, the defense really needs to get better. One of the things that was probably the worst that they did was third down. They were 14 of 18 for the game. They let 14 first downs on third down. That is absolutely insane, including a 3rd and 16 late in the game, where if they stopped them there, then Heineke would have had a chance to have a game-winning drive with still a few minutes left on the clock. Although that did not happen because of a big pass and catch from Herbert. Also, there was no pressure on Herbert. We only sacked him once. I thought that we would have at least gotten him twice or maybe 3 times at least. And this is 4 first-round picks on the offensive line. 4 out of the last 5 drafts, we've drafted a defensive lineman. And that's 4 of these guys, all lined up: Young, Sweat, Allen, and Payne. And it's just kind of disappointing, and you couldn't catch Herbert at all, and he's not really that much of a mobile quarterback. So when we play guys like Kyler Murray later on in the season, that is not looking good for Washington. Also, we allowed 424 yards of total offense, 337 yards of passing. The secondary is so young, very young secondary, a lot of McCain and Juice out there, but on the more positive side of things, the defense did force 2 turnovers, both of those turnovers being inside the red zone. I do have to give it up to them. They did come in clutch at some points, which if they didn't get those turnovers in the red zone, Washington could have been out of this game pretty much before the 2-minute warning, or before even the final quarter. Also, one player that I wanted to shout out was William Jackson III. We got him over free agency. This is his first season as a Washington football team player. He had 4 tackles and a huge interception inside the 5-yard line on a ball that was slightly overthrown by Justin Herbert. Big shout out to William Jackson. He had a great play there. Now, going on to the offense, news did come out on Monday that Ryan Fitzpatrick did receive a hip injury that will sideline him for at least 6 weeks. Right now, it's at the range from 6 to 8. He was placed on IR, and also Washington signed quarterback Kyle Shermer, who is actually the son of Giants' former head coach Pat Shurmur. So yeah, that's pretty cool, kind of. Also, no quarterback has started every single game of a season for Washington since Kirk Cousins in 2017. Basically, once Kirk Cousins left, this has not been we've never really figured out a good, solid franchise quarterback. Of course, we had the Alex Smith injury back in 2018, 2019, sidelined him for all the 2019 season, came back in 2020 and has now retired, and now has a job with ESPN. But since then, we've had way too many quarterbacks. We've had Colt McCoy, we've had Case Keenum, Heineke, Kyle Allen, Fitzpatrick who's now injured. It has just been a big quarterback problem over the last 5 seasons for Washington. Also, Curtis Samuel was inactive and will also be out for the game against the Giants on Thursday Night Football because he was placed on injured reserve a few days ago. Also, going back to the game a little bit, that a fumble by Antonio Gibson, that was pretty unfortunate. It came right out the play, I believe, right after the William Jackson interception. So it's inside the 5. Gibson fumbled, and that led to the game-winning touchdown for Justin Herbert and the Chargers. And so looking back at the play, Gibson was in midair when he got hit. It's a little bit unfortunate. I guess you can do some stuff to protect the ball more, but I will say that is a little unlucky there on Gibson's side. Looking ahead, we are at home against the Giants on Thursday, and then we'll be on the road in Buffalo against the Bills 2 weeks from now. The game against the Giants on Thursday. I know it's early, but the momentum here let's be honest here, the Bills, they will definitely be a hard team to beat for week 3, and so you really don't want to go down 0-2 heading into Buffalo and possibly 0-3 after playing Buffalo. That will not be a great start to the season. So I will say, I know it's only going to be week 2, but this has got to be, it's a divisional game as well. It's kind of a must-win here for Washington, as they're about to go into a hard stretch of the Bills, and then a few weeks later, the Saints, Packers. Saints are looking really good with Winston. Packers looking not so great, but still are a pretty good team. And so here, a divisional win here against the Giants will be huge. Also, we won't play our next divisional game until, I believe, December or late November, as this is our only divisional game until, I believe, week 13 or week 14, as Washington finishes the season oddly with 5 straight division games. That is kind of crazy, and so here, if we want a good, pretty easy, I would say as well, divisional win, this is the one to do it right here against the Giants at home on Thursday Night Football while the world is watching. This is definitely something that Washington has to do. Thank you guys for watching or listening to another episode of WFTCAST. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a little bit. I've been a little busy, but I'm hoping to upload weekly again starting this week, and basically doing previews and recaps of these games, plus maybe an extra video at the trade deadline. I don't really know. Trade deadline is still pretty far away. But yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.
She said I hate my day job, I don't feel it, I need race car, top down to match my ceiling, I don't have none, dollar billies, one time, she said I hate my